Hello, everybody, and welcome to our podcast. This is the Chaos Bros Pod, and this is episode 1. So, if you are joining us today, thank you very much. If you are joining us in 10 years, when hopefully we've hit it off, thank you very much. But today we are going to kind of do a little introductory episode. No specific topic, really, that we're talking about. It's kind of all over the place. We just want you, the viewer, to get to know us and some of our opinions about movies and everything about that. So, I'm going to start off with him, if he wants to introduce himself.
Hey, I'm Logan. Been here a while. I've got some horrible hot takes. So that's me. Getting started with this whole media thing, and we're going to see how it goes.
And kind of introduce them to yourself.
Okay.
What is your favorite movie franchise?
Well, like 5 years ago is Star Wars. I think now it's DC, pre 2015 DC.
Pre-2015 DC. That's pretty good. Okay. I'm Dan. I'm the co-host of this podcast as well. And my favorite movie franchise, I would say, it's probably Star Wars. It leans between Star Wars and Marvel. I'm hopeful DC can get up there. I think Superman was really good, and I'm hopeful that James Gunn can do a good job, but we'll see.
We're counting on you.
Yeah, James Gunn, don't screw it up.
Nor Disney.
All right. So we are going to start off today's podcast episode with our Star Wars movie rankings. So I will have 12. Logan will have 11. He has not seen Mandalorian and Grogu.
No.
So I will have 12. He will have 11. He is going to start us off. So go right into it.
Yeah. Excuse me. Last place, I have Rise of Skywalker.
Surprise.
In parentheses, I put, you know why. And it's a 2.5 out of 10. Just because it's so dumb. Continuity is the whole thing. It's Palpatine returned, stormtroopers fly, and it's so dumb. And I can't just sit down and watch it. I mean, it's bad.
It is pretty bad.
It's bad.
I agree. All right, number 10 for you.
Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
I put Luke has no lines and Han dies. And I gave it a 3.5 out of 10. Better than Rise of Skywalker, but it's still bad. Like Kylo Ren, super great. Everybody else sucks. I mean, like Rey, Scavenger, all right, but like Finn, he should have done more. So, yeah.
Talk about a hot take. I feel like a lot of people are going to disagree with that.
Yeah, I also haven't seen it so many times, so it's least rewatchable.
I will say though, some stuff gets better after watching it more.
Yeah.
Some stuff gets worse after watching it more. Force Awakens, I think I saw it twice in theaters, and I think I've seen it twice at home. So I've only watched it 4 times.
Yeah.
But I mean, some stuff does get better after first watch. Some stuff does get worse. But anyway, going into number 9 for you.
I got Last Jedi, so Rian Johnson's single sequel trilogy film. I gave it a 4 out of 10. And end Luke. I love the ending for Luke. His fight with Kylo Ren, his nephew. Didn't really like the whole dyad or force whatever. I can just force appear myself and
force projection.
Yeah. And just the stuff with Rey. I mean, Rey and Kylo, the fight is good, but just they're not suited for each other. It's weird. Don't want to see shirtless Kylo Ren ever again. But it is better out of the sequel trilogy. As you rewatch it, I've been drawn back to rewatching that one.
I do agree. I think it is one of the weaker Star Wars films for sure, and we'll get into my ranking after he's done. But I agree. Just like you said, Force Awakens has gotten worse after rewatch for you. I think Last Jedi is one of those movies that gets better after rewatch. So I still think it's one of the weaker movies. But when I first saw it, I thought it was like worst Star Wars movie ever level. And after watching it, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is an enjoyable movie. Yeah. Even if some of it doesn't make sense, I can see how you can sit down and watch this.
Yeah.
So.
Hate Rose. Hate that character. Should have let Finn die. I mean, come on.
All right, moving into number 8.
I got Phantom Menace. Phantom Menace, I gave it a 5 out of 10. Like, that's just like mid-tier movie. Okay. Darth Maul is like one of the only best things in that movie. I think the fight between like Qui-Gon Jinn, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then Darth Maul is just, it's peak. Jar Jar Binks, a little bit too annoying. Excuse me. But Anakin, super great. Later Anakin, not young Anakin, who's a slave. But I think this is also a hot take. Like, it's the people hate Phantom Menace, and they like the sequels more. But I think Phantom Menace, out of the main 9, it's better than the later stuff. But yeah, Phantom Menace, not bad. But yeah.
All right, number 7.
I got Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
I think it is a solid movie. I think Count Dooku, Master Yoda, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and then like mid Anakin is great. It's just too long. If George Lucas made it shorter, and if it was like the same as, like, you haven't seen Lord of the Rings as much. But Two Towers 2 is really long. Peter Jackson did great. But I think when you have a movie that's like really long, I think it gets kind of boring in the middle.
And I think that's the case with a lot of long movies. Like, I think you can have a good long movie, but I think a lot of long movies, you will find stretches of the movie where you're like, this is boring.
Yeah.
Endgame is a great movie, but there are stretches of Endgame you're like, what are we doing here? What is the purpose of this? The Batman. I love the Batman, but there are stretches of that film where it just feels like, and it's nice to see Batman doing his detective work, because it's like really one of the first Batman movies where we've seen the detective side of it. Yeah. But some of it does just feel like, okay, you're just dragging this on. Let's get to the next sequence. Let's get to the climax of the movie. But there can be good long movies, but I agree. A lot of long movies do have that in common, where there are boring sequences in the movie.
Yeah, and Attack of the Clones isn't bad. I love Jango Fett, the only movie with him in it. Super great character. And then like the whole cloning thing is interesting. Obi-Wan Kenobi, just the entire movie is him rage baiting Anakin, or maybe vice versa. But like Obi-Wan in that one with his mullet and just like dogging on Anakin is super great.
Peak.
Yeah, it's peak Star Wars there.
All right, where are we? Number 6?
Something like that. I got Solo as 6.
Okay.
Like peak Han Solo and Chewbacca. Like original trilogy, super great for those two. But you never get to see how they, form their little band of people. And then the 12 parsecs, light jump speed, whatever. I learning that is interesting. Love Woody Harrelson in that movie. And then like the end with Maul, I think that's a good live action setup for him. Though we haven't seen a movie for him in the later years.
We have not seen another live action Maul appearance since then. We've had Maul Shadow Lord,
which is good.
We have not seen live action again though. But yeah.
I love that. And so Kira, she's kind of mid. Not really the best. And then I felt it was really dumb of him to be like, oh, you're by yourself, Han. We're gonna name you Solo. And then it's just like, could we like think about something different? But not bad, but not the best. And I have that as a 6 out of 10.
No, I think I do agree. That moment where they call him Solo like that, it is on par for just as bad as when in Rise of Skywalker Rey goes, Rey who? Rey Skywalker. It's on par with that.
Yeah. Oh man. Yeah.
Okay.
It's okay.
Number 5.
I got Rogue One. I've heard a lot of people say that like Rogue One and Solo kind of got to go like hand in hand, like one's better and one's worse, or they just, I think in a list they kind of go really nice. I have that as a 7 out of 10. It's pretty good. What I love about it, everybody dies. It's what this like it's I think it's the only movie where everybody dies, and Vader hallway scene.
Peak.
I mean, well, and I learned he didn't have like his respirator on, and so like it's just Vader just going ham, and I think that's one of the best. It sets up, A New Hope, but I think it is good, and it doesn't have like any Jedi in it, so you're like, all right, how are these people supposed to do whatever? But a little bit of the backstories with the characters for like Andor or whoever. I mean, it's okay, but I mean, it is a kind of a mid-tier movie.
Yeah.
Upper tier,
All right, number 4.
I got A New Hope.
Okay.
OG New Hope, 7.5. Same as a little bit better than Rogue One. I have it just because, I mean, it's like the first Star Wars movie. You could watch it and then just be done.
Yeah.
It kind of just bookends itself, and I think Vader in there is good. Luke, I mean, just getting off of the sandy planet Tatooine. I think finding the original like people. I think it's great. Obi-Wan Kenobi, good. Alec Guinness didn't really like that role, which sucks, but it's okay. So I mean, good with the technology that it was in like 1977, somewhere around there. But yeah, I think it is a top 5 movie, and I think it's like some people overrated or underrated. I think it is, for its time, it was a really good.
Agreed. So we are moving into his top 3.
Oh, this kind of goes back and forth.
Number 3.
I got Return of the Jedi.
Okay.
It's a 8 out of 10. And I love Luke and Vader. I think just the ending for Vader as being this like big bad guy, and then learning about like his past, and kind of closing that series together, I think is great. Ewoks, super good. Love Scout Troopers. I think that's like my favorite trooper. Scout Troopers are really cool.
For sure.
And then I like the opening scene with like Jabba's palace. I think it's good. But I think it picks up nicely towards the middle, and it's definitely a rewatchable movie. I think that's how I rank things, is if I'm gonna like sit down and watch it, would I watch this?
Yeah.
And top 3, it is one of the best.
I could argue that Return of the Jedi, and you'll see where I put it on my list. You might be a little shocked. But I would argue Return of the Jedi is the most rewatchable Star Wars movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even though I don't have it in number 1, it's definitely not my number 1. But even though I don't have it as like best Star Wars movie, or not even in the conversation really for best Star Wars movie, that comes down to 2 movies in my opinion. Even though I don't have it in that conversation, I think it is the most rewatchable Star Wars movie. I would agree with that.
Oh yeah. I think it's great. I think George Lucas really ended it. Yes, he did original trilogy and then prequels, but how his vision wanted to end with Return of the Jedi, I think it goes very nice. Leia and Han are now a couple, and that ends, and then Luke is just now a Jedi Master.
Yeah.
I think that ends series where it probably should have.
Yep, agreed. All right, now here we go. Number 2. This might make some people mad.
You and I talk a lot, so I won't spoil his list. But it's interchangeable. Last night at like 1:00 in the morning, I put Revenge of the Sith as 2. It's a 9.5.
Okay.
Best out of the prequel trilogy. And just everything. The choreography, whatever. The choreo is top notch. You got Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen doing the stunts. And the lightsaber combat. I mean, it's fast paced.
It is this dueling we have seen in any Star Wars movie, hands down.
It's so great.
Between the Obi-Wan and between the Mustafar fight between Obi-Wan and Anakin, and then the Yoda versus Palpatine fight, the Mace Windu versus Palpatine fight. I mean, all of it just amazing. The Grievous fight. I mean, at the beginning against Dooku, it's peak dueling.
It is, and like you get all the memes in there. You got hello there. You got Anakin yelling liar. I mean, it's what Star Wars should be when politics and I watched like 3 hours of politics with Star Wars, but when the this has been out since 2005, since the Republic crumbled, the Jedi Order broke. I mean, you've got nothing except the rising Empire, and what do you have left is a couple of Jedi and all the civilians. I mean, it's high stakes for, I mean, not just Anakin, but you got Obi-Wan. I mean, he was in there since Darth Maul. You got Padme, who's now a senator, left her home world of Naboo. I mean, you even got like peak Master Yoda. And Chewbacca's in there for a little bit, but I think for 2005, 21 years ago, like top notch.
I would agree, and that leaves number 1.
I put Empire Strikes Back. I think between how it came with A New Hope and then Return of the Jedi, I mean, it is middle, like, series best movie. It does change with Revenge. Like tomorrow, I might put Revenge of the Sith first.
Very interchangeable for you.
Yes, but Empire, I got a 9.6. I mean, it's that close between a 9.5 and a 9.6. I mean, it's that and Return of the Jedi, as you said, is rewatchable. It is very rewatchable. The Hoth opening scene. You got everybody fleeing into the asteroid field. You got Cloud City with Lando. Luke trying to be a Jedi and an old frogman. And then you've got Luke and Vader. First encounter. I mean, Luke bit off more than he could chew, and he got owned. And I'm not spoiling anything because I'm not like that, but it has been out since 1980 something, so you better watch it. But it is like if I'm sitting down and I'm like, I want to watch Star Wars, I'm watching Empire Strikes Back. It was like a month ago, and I was like, I want to watch Luke and Vader. So I popped in Empire Strikes Back, and it's the best Star Wars movie George Lucas cooked, and just his vision. Yes, Disney, I mean, get it together, because we're kind of sucking right now. But George Lucas's vision of how Star Wars is how Star Wars should be. Dude, the camera work, the miniatures that he used, I mean, it's all there, and it's you can't take none of it.
I think that's a very good list. Yeah. We are obviously going to have some stuff different, but I think very, very good list. All right, so I am going to get into my Star Wars movies ranked 12 through 1. Now, before I get into this, I want to say I think there is truly only one terrible Star Wars movie, I think everything else is at least mid to good and great.
Mm-hmm.
So, I want to start off, number 12, it's Rise of Skywalker. A lot of what he said, I'm not going to repeat all of it, but Palpatine somehow returned, and they fly now, they fly now. And it's just, maybe that will be a movie in 10 years' time. Like, Revenge of the Sith, when it came out, everybody hated how cheesy it was and how corny it was. Maybe this will be a movie in 10 years' time where, like, okay, this isn't a great movie, but there's memes in it, and that can make it more enjoyable, maybe. But as it stands right now, I have Rise of Skywalker at a 3 out of 10 as my only terrible Star Wars movie. Moving into moving into number 11, I have The Last Jedi. Now again, I don't think it's a terrible movie. I have Last Jedi as like a mid movie. I gave it a 6 out of 10. Okay. So, when I first watched it in 2017, I had it at a 4 out of 10. So after rewatch several times, it has raised 2 points up to a 6 out of 10 for me. It still has very heavy flaws. The Canto Bite sequence, horrible. That is a whole freaking 30 minutes of the movie that you can just throw in the garbage. Leia flying from outer space back into the ship, just garbage. I do like how Luke got to be killed off, but the Force projection, it's something we have never seen before, and I don't think we'll ever see again, probably. And so it's just like, what was that? You just... How good of an ending would it have been for Luke if he was actually there, and he died at the hands of Kylo Ren? That would have been storybook shut on his story. I just don't like the whole Force projection thing. Now, I do like the fight against the Red Guards. I think that is a very entertaining fight scene. I do like a lot of the chemistry between Kylo Ren struggling of coming back to the light, and then Rey struggling with seeing some of the darkness, and that kind of pulling the two of them together and giving the two of them a connection. I do like that. And I think there is stuff to like about the movie, but I overwhelmingly think that there's also a lot of horrible stuff, and for me, it's just a mid-Star Wars movie. It is a 6 out of 10 for me. Moving in to number 10, I have The Mandalorian and Grogu. So, I recently saw this, so I have only seen it once. There has not been a rewatch for me. But off of first rip, it feels like 3 episodes of The Mandalorian shoved into a movie. And to me, it's entertaining. I have it at a 7 out of 10. I think it is an entertaining movie that you can sit down and just watch. I don't spoil it since it just came out, so I'll try to talk a little more spoiler-free. But Rod of the Hutt, which is a known character for the movie, I think he's great. I think he's enjoyable. I think he's funny. I think there's moments where he is an awesome character. Obviously, Pedro Pascal is great as the Mandalorian. Grogu, there to sell toys. But there is a moment, again, I don't want to spoil it, there is a moment in this movie that I have as a top-tier Star Wars moment between the Mandalorian and Grogu. But the two of them have a connection in this movie that happens in a scene that I think is a top-tier Star Wars moment. So if you haven't watched it, go watch it and you'll see what I'm talking about. But I think that's just that. It's an entertaining movie. It's really just 3 episodes of television. I would have it probably as mid 3 episodes. If we break it down into the episodes, I think there's one that would be a great episode of Mandalorian and Grogu, probably like top 5 episode. And then I think 2 that are just mid. So you have 2 and 1 great put together. It's a good, entertaining movie. But I have it at number 10 out of 7 out of 10. Number 9, I have Solo, A Star Wars Story. So, I have this at a 7.5 out of 10. I do not think this is a bad movie by any means. I don't think it's mid either. I think it's 7.5 is where I start to recognize something as it's good. It is a good movie. Part of the reason that I have it lower than I probably would is it didn't get a sequel. I feel like it needed a sequel. And just because of how bad it performed at the box office, it never got a sequel. And the ending left something to be desired. I do love at the end how it shows the concept of Han always shoots first. So when Woody Harrelson is looking at him and giving him the whole monologue speech thing, he just shoots him. I love that. I think that is totally Han Solo. That is 100% in character. But it was just set up to have a sequel, and it never got it. So I think that's why I have it lower than what I would have it if it got its sequel. Any thoughts?
I think it was released at the wrong time. I think if it was released maybe a little bit later or earlier, I think it would be much better.
So I think my memory's foggy, but correct me if I'm wrong. It was 2015 Force Awakens, 2016 Rogue One, 2017 Last Jedi, 2018 Solo, 2019 Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Okay, if they waited after Rise of Skywalker, I think it would have performed better at the box office. I think being wedged between the movies, though, probably hurt it.
Yeah.
But anyway, at number 9. Number 8, also at a 7.5 out of 10, I have The Phantom Menace. So I think there is, like he was saying with Attack of the Clones, there's some boring parts to it. I think there's some boring parts to The Phantom Menace. Yeah. I think that there's some of it that's just a bit of a snooze fest. You could skip probably 45 minutes of this movie and be fine. Yeah. But Qui-Gon Jinn is awesome. I love him. I wish we would have gotten another story with him, which is kind of hard because he dies. Yeah. But we do see him as a Force ghost at the end of Obi-Wan. I wish there was somewhere else they could have taken his character. Yeah. Sadly, there isn't. No. But he's a great character. Maul is amazing. One of my favorite villains out of any fiction movie ever. Yeah. Anakin's annoying as a little kid, but you get past that. I think it's a good movie. It's just a good movie. 7.5 out of 10. Yeah. At number 7, I have The Force Awakens, also at a 7.5 out of 10. So a lot of these are tied. But Force Awakens, I think, is a more visually stunning version of A New Hope. Yeah. I think A New Hope is better, and the story is told better. And a lot of this is just copycat stuff, which is why I have it a little lower than A New Hope. But it is a more visually appealing version of A New Hope. I think it was a great start for the trilogy. I think it was a good stepping stone, and then it just all fell off after that. Yeah. But if you told me they found an option where they can time travel, erase Last Jedi, and erase Rise of Skywalker, and just move off of Force Awakens again, I could see a pathway where they could make a good trilogy with that as a first movie. Yeah. So I have that at a 7.5 out of 10. I do wish, one of the things I hate most about the sequel trilogy, now that I have all the movies out of it ranked, I wish that Finn had a bigger character arc. Yeah. I feel like he was very wasted, and I feel like a lot of people agree with that. Yeah. But moving into number 6, I have Attack of the Clones, and I gave it an 8 out of 10. So I'm a little higher on Attack of the Clones than a lot of people are. Yeah. For me, there is some boring parts. The final battle just brings it up so much. Yeah. You have just the gladiator ring of Jedi and droids and just frickin' sliming them, and then Yoda and the clones come flying in, and then after the fight with Dooku at the end, and the ending of that movie is probably my favorite sequences in all of Star Wars, and that brings the movie score up for me, even if some of the movie is a snooze and boring. I do like some of seeing the growing of the relationship and the growing of feelings between Anakin and Padme. I do like how they handle that. A lot of people think it's cheesy and corny, but I think it's well done, and it sets up Revenge of the Sith very well. So that's where I have that movie. I have that at an 8 out of 10, number 6. Number 5, also at an 8 out of 10, I think this is the first place we disagree a little bit, is Return of the Jedi. So, I think Return of the Jedi, like I said, is the most rewatchable Star Wars movie. But there is talk about movies that have crap at the beginning of them that you can go without. Return of the Jedi has a lot of that. It has a lot of stuff you could cut out of the movie, much like Attack of the Clones, but again, Attack of the Clones has one of my favorite sequences in all of Star Wars. But much like Attack of the Clones, Return of the Jedi, you could just watch the last 45 minutes of the movie and be fine. Yeah. You could skip the first hour and 20 minutes and watch the final 45, and you'd be okay. Yeah. And so I have it a little bit lower than he has it for that reason. Yet the full arc coming complete for Vader, turning back to the light, throwing Palpatine down the shaft, peak. Amazing. One of the best endings to a character in fiction history. But because of how much of that movie is just wasted slop, I have it a little bit lower. But 8 out of 10, still a good movie. Good movie. I also, there's some deleted scenes from that movie that it's just like, how did those not make the final cut? It would make it so much better. Yeah. There's a deleted scene of how Luke is building his green lightsaber. And I'm like, how did that not make the final cut of the movie? You have, for a movie that you have so much slop in, how is that scene not in the movie? Yeah. Like, you couldn't add that 2-minute scene to a movie that already had so much slop in it. I mean, there's just some flaws with it. Yeah. But 8 out of 10 is still a good movie.
Yeah. Now, here's the question. Do you like Sebastian Shaw's Force Ghost, or do you like Hayden Christensen's Force Ghost?
Okay. I have always been a prequel fan. Yeah. As you've seen, I have Attack of the Clones higher than a lot of people would have it. I still have not ranked Revenge of the Sith. You'll see where that's at in a minute. I don't think there's a wrong answer. Mm-hmm. I think if you were our parents' generation that were watching that trilogy as it came out, you're going to like the first version better. Yeah. But I think for me, now that we've seen the prequels, I do like that. I love that. Adding him back. Mm-hmm. Adding Hayden Christensen, the younger version. Mm-hmm. I wish they also would have added Ian McGregor, because that would have made a little more sense. Yes. I think it is a little weird how you have Hayden Christensen and Alec Guinness. That doesn't make very much sense to me. Yeah. I wish you would have brought back Ian McGregor if you were going to bring back Hayden Christensen. But I don't think there's a wrong answer to that. No. I think it's just preference based off what you grew up with, what era you were born in. But no wrong answer. All right, we're getting to number 4. I have Rogue One. Okay. I have that at a 9 out of 10. So this is my first 9 out of 10. Great movies, I consider 9 out of 10 and above. Yeah. So I will call a movie good between like 7.5 and 8 and 8.5. Mm-hmm. Once you get to 9, that's when it's a great movie. Yeah. I think Rogue One is a great movie. I think that it is a movie, just like you said with A New Hope, you can watch it and be done with it. Yeah. Everybody dies in it, and that works great for that case. The character's story ends there. And I think it's a movie that's very rewatchable. It's a very grounded Star Wars movie. The Vader sequence, like he said, is peak. Rogue One, 9 out of 10, great movie. First great Star Wars movie on my list so far. Number 3, I have A New Hope. I also have that on a 9 out of 10. I think, and a lot of this is probably just because of what time it came out in, there's some of the movie that is a little bit boring. But for its time, the visual effects are amazing. And the storyline in and of itself, like you said, it's storybook, open, shut. You can end with that. Yeah. Obviously, that's not how it went, but it would be a great movie, and I think it would be regarded to as a top-tier movie of all time, even if the rest of Star Wars didn't exist. Yeah. So, I have that at a 9 out of 10. Don't think there's much more to say about that. Mm-hmm. Number 2, and I think this will shock you a little bit. I have Revenge of the Sith, and I have that at a 9.5 out of 10. So, I have a lot of my life had the opinion of Revenge of the Sith as number 1, but a lot of that, of me changing that, has to do more with Empire than it does Revenge of the Sith. I've never had Revenge of the Sith as a 10 out of 10 movie. It's been between 9 and 9.5 for me. I have it at 9.5. Like he said, best choreography in all of Star Wars, best dueling in all of Star Wars. The storyline is great. Darth Plagueis the Wise is one of my favorite Star Wars scenes. The Mustafar fight is awesome. I think the Yoda-Palpatine fight is one of the best duels in all of Star Wars, and that's kind of slept on a little bit. I don't hear people talking about Yoda versus Palpatine in the Senate chamber as much as people talk about Mustafar, and I think that's an amazing fight. Yeah. I think it was awesome to see Palpatine in like his peak form, because in the original trilogy, he just uses Vader for all of his dirty work, and he's just kind of sitting back and watching the pieces fall. Mm-hmm. I think it's great that we get to see him in his peak form as a duelist, because that's what Palpatine is. He is one of the strongest Sith ever. He is one of the best duelists Sith ever. So I think it's great getting to see that in this movie. You get to see the manipulation of Anakin, and you get to see how it crumbles down, how it's been through this whole trilogy of the prequel trilogy, and you get to see how it just, the pieces just fall into place, and Palpatine pulling the strings, and I think it's just awesome. Yeah, I have that at a 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah, like you said with Return of the Jedi, I mean, there's some deleted scenes with Dooku, and then as Palpatine with Mace Windu and Kit Fisto and the other guy and Anakin. I mean, yes, they said that like Palpatine didn't like feel well, so they just ended up or Ian McDermott didn't like study or know how to do that much right there, so they went with like a little slower approach with that. But I think it would increase if their fight was longer or a lot more structured.
Yeah.
But it is good.
Well, and there are some faults to the movie, which I don't think it's a perfect movie. But I think it's number 2 on that list. Yeah. So moving into number 1, we both agree, Empire Strikes Back. So our top 2 are both the same. Empire Strikes Back for me is a 10 out of 10 movie.
Yeah.
I've seen, I think my Letterboxd has like 255 movies on it that I've seen and I've rated. I only have 3 10 out of 10 movies out of like 255 movies I've seen, and Empire Strikes Back is one of those 3. I think it is an amazing movie. Mm-hmm. I think it has the best plot twist out of any movie ever, but with Darth Vader being Luke's father. Mm-hmm. I think the Darth Vader versus Luke at the end of the movie is great. I think how Darth Vader knows kind of that he's using the Force to manipulate Luke's feelings. Mm-hmm. When Luke is with Yoda training and Darth Vader's just pulling the strings and Luke can feel that his friends are in trouble, he's going to rescue his friends. Mm-hmm. You can see Darth Vader pulling the strings there. He wanted Luke to come. It was all a trap. Yeah. Great movie. Mm-hmm. Awesome movie. Favorite Star Wars movie ever.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before we move on? Any major disagreements with lists?
No. I mean, I think Return of Jedi and Solo should be a little bit higher, but I think I do need to watch Mandalorian and Grogu. Need to catch up on season 3, and then watch it. I think there's a lot to know about it. I mean, and it's a movie, so it's not like any TV show. But I think, like I said before, Disney, you need to do better. Kind of losing faith in you. Do better. Please don't bring back Rey. But I think Finn should have been a Jedi. I think he had so much potential of, he's a First Order stormtrooper. All right, he lied and now he's in the Resistance. I think having him get the chance to be a Jedi or learn something. I mean, dude wielded a lightsaber on Takodana and against Kylo Ren. Got slimed, but
yeah.
I think he had so much potential, and then you had to introduce Rose, which sucked. I mean, he had the hero's death in Last Jedi. I think he was wasted, and I think even the actor John Boyega said that he wanted him to have more.
Yeah.
But I think it's a very solid top Star Wars list. I think and it ebbs and flows over time. I might rewatch Rise of Skywalker. No, I won't. I'm not watching that. But I think there's a lot to learn. And yes, there's not gonna be a perfect movie. I think each movie is good and bad on its own. But I really wish George Lucas did more.
Yeah.
He
should have never sold it to Disney.
No. And
even if he didn't want to make more, even if George Lucas was done, just don't sell the franchise.
No.
Just don't let there be a sequel trilogy. Just let it be done if you wanted it to be done. But he sold it, which I don't blame him. I would sell it for a big cash too.
Yeah.
But it would have been better off even if he didn't want to make sequels, if he just didn't sell it and it just ended.
And if it was just the 6 films, I would be happy.
Yeah.
I think it's nice to have, the original trilogy, the prequels, and then you've got start to finish. Here's Anakin. How does he turn to Darth Vader? Yeah. And then how does he turn back into light side Anakin?
For sure.
But it's good.
All right, moving into our Spider-Man rankings list. So we are not doing the crappy Sony villain movies. A lot of those are going to be at the bottom anyway, so no need to include those. We are just going to go Spider-Man movies. Yeah. Just like Star Wars, Spider-Man is one of my favorite franchises, if you can call that a franchise, ever. I don't think there is a bad Spider-Man movie.
No.
I think there are mid Spider-Man movies, but I don't think there's any bad Spider-Man movies.
No.
So I'll get started. Number 10, I have Spider-Man Homecoming. And I am going to piss a lot of 10-year-olds off here that was their Spider-Man they grew up with. It just isn't for me. I left the theater feeling something left to be desired.
Mm-hmm.
Even after rewatch, it hasn't gotten worse for me, but it certainly hasn't gotten better for me. He's Iron Boy Jr. the whole movie.
Yeah.
He doesn't do anything. The one thing that I hate is he doesn't do anything that whole movie. The Vulture really beats himself at the end.
Mm-hmm.
The Fairy, he caused to split in half, and then Tony Stark has to show up, but he's not actually there. It's just the Iron Man suit. But pretty much Iron Man has to fix that scenario. He just doesn't do anything the whole movie, and I get it. It is the youngest version of Peter Parker we've ever seen on film. But I need to see something. I need to see, even if it is a learning movie, he is learning how to be Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
I need to see at the end that he has learned. Because you can take all these failures throughout the movie, but then the ending needs to be the end of the climax needs to be him reaching, okay, I've learned and I've overcome.
Mm-hmm.
And I really feel like Vulture just beats himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't really beat Vulture. Vulture beats himself. So I have that at a 6 out of 10, number 10 for me. Number 9, you're going to see a trend. Spider-Man Far From Home.
Okay, yeah.
Tom Holland's trilogy is my least favorite trilogy. I know Andrew didn't get a trilogy, but my least favorite of the 3 Spider-Man that got movies.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Far From Home, I have a 6 out of 10 as well. It's not New York, and that really bothers me. Spider-Man is a street-level New York hero, and it takes place in England. I'm like, I love Mysterio. That is my favorite part of the movie. I think Jake Gyllenhaal does great as Mysterio.
Yeah.
But again, it's just kind of, after Endgame, he's missing Tony Stark. And again, it's all about Tony Stark. He's missing Tony Stark. He's looking for that next mentor that he can be under. He thinks it's Mysterio. Mysterio ends up being a bad guy. He gives Mysterio all of Tony Stark's tech. He makes too many mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And in this movie, he does overcome them. So I will give him that. There is at the end of the movie where he beats Mysterio and he uses his Spidey sense to feel that Mysterio is actually behind him with the gun. And I think that's great. But there's just still too much of that. He's relying on somebody else instead of himself. Yeah. So, 6 out of 10. At number 8, I have Spider-Man 3 from the Tobey Maguire trilogy.
Okay.
I have that at a 7 out of 10. I think I like it a little bit better than some people do. It is a very crammed movie, which is the main criticism of it. Too many villains. I wish they would have just done Venom and Goblin. I think Sandman was a great story, and I know Sandman is the favorite villain for a lot of people out of that movie. But I feel like they should have saved him for a different movie, and I know another movie never happened. But I feel like that storyline was mainly Harry's storyline and then the symbiote storyline. Yeah. And I feel like putting Sandman in there was probably a little too much. Yeah. So I have that at number 8 at a 7 out of 10. Number 7, I have The Amazing Spider-Man at a 7 out of 10. So again, mid-movie, not great, not bad, but it's watchable. You can enjoy it. There's parts of it you can sit down and enjoy. I love the Lizard. I think that the villain of the movie is great. Andrew Garfield is my favorite live-action Spider-Man. I love how he's quippy. I love how he can crack a joke, and then he's serious when it's time to be serious. Yeah. The movie is a little bit of a snooze fest. Yeah. We've seen Spider-Man's origin with the Tobey Maguire movie. I feel like we didn't need to see it again. I like how the MCU didn't show us his origin again. I feel like Amazing Spider-Man didn't need to spend a whole movie on the origin. That's why I have it at number 7. At number 6, I have Spider-Man 2. And I have that at an 8 out of 10. So this is the first good Spider-Man movie. And that is going to piss some people off. Because I know some people have that as that's a 9.5 out of 10. That's my favorite Spider-Man movie. It's just personal preference. I have always been a little bit bored by that movie. And I think there's some great stuff in that movie. I think Doc Ock is probably top 3 live-action Spider-Man villain for me. I've just always been a little bit bored by it. And also, Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, MJ is my least favorite character
hate
ever.
her.
Kirsten Dunst is the worst representation of MJ ever. She's so freaking annoying. The movie makes you hate her.
And she's a player.
And in Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 2 is when she is at her worst. I hate her in that movie. But again, I still think it's a good movie. I think she brings it down a lot. I found some sequence of it a little bit boring, but it's a good 8 out of 10 movie for me. Moving into number 5, and this is going to piss some people off. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I have that at an 8.5 out of 10. So I have that above Spider-Man 2. A lot of people don't like TASM 2. I love it. I love, again, Andrew. He's quippy. He cracks jokes. He fights. He knows it's serious when it's time to be serious. I think Andrew Garfield is a phenomenal actor. At the end when Gwen dies, that is another, like how I said Darth Vader being Luke's father is greatest plot twist of any movie. I think Gwen dying is like a phenomenal plot twist. And I don't think anybody saw that coming. I don't think anybody went into that movie saying there's a possibility this happens. Like, nobody predicted that. And so I think that's a great plot twist, and I think Andrew acted that out great. And I love at the end how he quits being Spider-Man for a little bit because he's going through that trauma of his girlfriend dying. And then at the end, the kid shows up in the Spider-Man suit to fight Rhino, and Andrew realizes this city still needs me. And so he gets back out and he fights the Rhino, and I love the end of that movie. I do agree. The reason it is not at a 9 or above for me is because there are problems. The Goblin in that movie is terrible. He is just outright horrible. Now, I do like the scene where Gwen dies, but you don't really see him in that scene, though. You just see him flying around on his glider and shooting, throwing pumpkin bombs. And but when you have to see him talk and when he dialogues and when you see his face, it's just the design is horrible. The dialogue's horrible. The actor did not do a good job representing him. Maybe it was on the part of the writers, maybe it was the actor, maybe it was both, but it was just not a good representation. It does have that problem of being a little crammed. I like Electro as a villain. I like Jamie Foxx. But yeah, I have that at a 8.5 out of 10, number 5 for me. All right, coming in at number 4, I have Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. I think it is a very visually pleasing movie. I think it is one of the best animated movies of all time. I have it at a 9 out of 10. I think the story's amazing. I think seeing Miles kind of have to grow up throughout that movie is great. The conflict of, I know my dad's gonna die, but I want to stop it, but these people are telling me I can't stop it, I have to let it happen, but I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm excited to see what Beyond the Spider-Verse brings. I think it is a very good movie, very good story, very visually appealing. Moving into number 3, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I have that at a 9.5 out of 10. I like it. That's the better of the 2 Spider-Verse movies. I think it's a great origin movie for Miles. I think it flows very well. A lot of the same stuff I said about Across, just this movie I like a little bit better. Moving into number 2, I have Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, the very first one. 9.5 out of 10 as well. I think probably just because it's the first Spider-Man movie I've ever watched, but it's great. I always look back at it. I can rewatch it. A lot of people don't like Goblin's design. It doesn't bother me as much. It doesn't bother me that he's not comic accurate. I think Goblin's a top-tier villain. I think William Dafoe does a great job. I wish we've seen more of him. I wish it wasn't just that one movie that he was the villain. I'm so glad they brought him back in No Way Home, though. Yeah, again, I hate Kristen Dunst, but whatever. Moving into number 1 for me, I have Spider-Man No Way Home. So for me, a lot of people say it's just nostalgia, and that people just like it because of nostalgia. To me, it's a very good story, and it is the first time in Tom's trilogy where he faces adversity, and he overcomes it and goes through it, and doesn't have a mentor-type person to help him through it. And I guess in a way you could say the other 2 Spider-Man are like mentors to him, but he gets through it on his own. When the Aunt May dies because they were trying to do the right thing. Tom didn't want to send the villains, or Peter didn't want to send the villains back to their universe to die. They were trying to do the right thing by rescuing them. May was on board with it, and May dies because of it. And then Tom is going through this crisis of, what do I do now? And then you see in the final battle where he almost kills Goblin, and then Toby steps in and he doesn't. But I just feel like it is the first story that I have actually liked the character development of Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And that's why I have it at number 1. And also, Andrew's great in that movie.
Yeah.
Andrew's always been my favorite Spider-Man, and I was so happy to see him come back. All right, jumping into Logan's list.
My list is going to piss a lot of people off, and it might take a couple hot takes on there, and just between now and 13 hours ago, I'm a little shuffling a little bit of everything, but last I got to put Far From Home for me. I have it as a 5 out of 10. Dude, I love like the night suit. I think it's like his black suit. I love that. But same with you. I mean, it's not in New York. He's still grieving Tony, and he's so irresponsible. He's irresponsible. Yeah. I mean, like Tony gave you like your glasses, which can do a lot, and you think and you're blindsided by Mysterio. I think it's horrible. Peter Tingle. Don't know where that came from Aunt May, dude. Yeah, worse. It's not like a crappy movie like Rise of Skywalker, but it's in the middle of his trilogy, and it's the weakest out of them.
Yeah.
Next, I have Homecoming, so I switched mine from yours.
We both pretty much agree with those two.
Yeah, 5.5. Best thing out of the movie is Michael Keaton. I love that guy. Best Vulture.
I'm sad we haven't seen him since then.
No, and he's been the only live action Vulture. Yeah. So Sinister Six, Vulture's there, and so you only see him. Yeah, it's very new. Tony's kind of just babying him, and it's dumb. Like I get it, but it's so dumb. Yeah. I can't. I have, and this is gonna target a lot of people. I have Into the Spider-Verse.
Ooh. Ooh. What's your score? What is your score?
5.75.
Holy cow!
It's because I'm the man. I'm not into animation like that. Animation of like animation is good, but it's just I just can't. And the only best part that I like is Nicolas Cage's Spider-Man Noir. Now bear in mind this might change because I was on 5 hours of sleep,
no excuses. You're gonna trigger so many people.
I don't care.
You're done. You're done.
And just I don't know. Yeah, I also haven't rewatched it in a very long time.
Me in the eyes and tell me how Spider-Man 3 is better than Into the Spider-Verse. The other ones I can hear how you can.
No, you're gonna mad at like my top 3. Spider-Man 3 is better than Into the Spider-Verse.
Okay, move on. Move on.
Next at 7, I have OG Spider-Man 3.
Okay.
It's a 6 out of 10.
Okay.
So like 0.25.
You're still wrong for the Spider-Verse.
I put Venom and Sandman in there. I love Sandman. Love that guy. And I think his story of like his daughter and like he's escaping prison. He wants to help her, but he's also just like a very depressed father. Mm-hmm. And Spider-Man just did him dirty. It's just like I love Bully Maguire, dude. I love Black Suit Spider-Man, but like the whole bar scene and just everything with him just risen up Gwen and slapping Mary Jane, I don't like, but I still hate Mary Jane Watson. I hate her. But it's that's gonna trigger people. Next I have at 7 out of 10. I put Across the Spider-Verse.
That's an acceptable opinion.
I put in parentheses question mark because it's just like I get the whole here's another universe, but it's just so much. Like I don't like Miguel O'Hara. I think Miles is a great. You'll see that when we play Spider-Man 2. I think Miles Morales is a great character.
Yeah.
But in animation, in whatever, it's just I don't like him.
That to me is acceptable. I have seen some people that do not like Across as much as Into. Like I can agree that with a 7 out of 10, I have it at a 9 out of 10, but I can see where a 7 out of 10 comes from. Your Into is crazy stupid.
Yeah, I don't target me, guys. I'm sorry. Next I have at number 5, I think, 8 out of 10. It's No Way Home.
Okay.
I think it is great. My taste is definitely way different than Dan's, but it's 3 spider dudes and a wizard. And I love Benedict Cumberbatch, dude. I love Doctor Strange, but it's like I get the whole spell thing and everything. It's Into the Spider-Verse, but live action. And I love Andrew Garfield. I love this is technically his one that he never got. But you see the cost of him and Gwen's death still. He said, and I would love to see Amazing Spider-Man 3. I want TASM 3. He says he's became rageful. He stopped pulling his punches. And I think that would be a great film of just a broken Spider-Man who's on the break of just, giving up completely. Yet he's tired because the city keeps needing him, but he doesn't have closure from Gwen. And I think this is a movie where he can get closure a little bit, saving MJ, Tom's MJ. But I love him. I love the older Tobey Maguire. I think just how he evolves into, I think people said like a youth pastor or whatever. I love him. So it's good. One of the better Spider-Man films. Still Aunt May's death. Because he doesn't have Uncle Ben. I think every Spider-Man movie you've got Uncle Ben, and like he dies and they're all sad. But I think seeing the cost of seeing Tom be so rageful after losing Tony Stark and then losing his only relative, loved one, whatever, you see that, and Goblin's good. Lizard could have seen more. I love this new Electro. I love how they redesigned him. Doc Ock is a little cheesy though, but I think it is good. Next, it's gonna piss a lot of people off. I got OG Spider-Man as number 4.
Okay.
What's 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It's just the beginning of everything. William Dafoe, great Goblin. I think it was a lot of potential to be the first Spider-Man. Hate MJ, dude. I hate Mary Jane Watson. She's so annoying. And she's just so. She's weird. I don't. J. Jonah Jameson, great thing. What do you like? I think it's in Spider-Man 2. Yeah, he puts on like the suit and he's like, I'm Spider-Man. He's great, but I think it is a good movie for its time. Just as like A New Hope, it's a beginning, but you can see what happens after. Next, top 3. I got TASM 2. 9.25 out of 10. Gwen's death. Makes me cry every time. But I think like as I said with No Way Home, he's grieving, and it's so deep because it goes with, and you'll see with TASM 1. Captain Stacy wanted him to have nothing to do with Gwen, to keep her out of it, and this is the cost of him keeping her in the Spider-Man loop, and she dies. It's so heartfelt when they're like, all right, we beat Electro, that's great, and then Goblin comes out of nowhere and just kills her, and then you see like the hand of the spider web, and it's just it's great. Wish they did more with like Felicity Hardy, who's Black Cat in other universes, but don't really like Harry Osborn. I think he's horrible, but I think for its time it's good. And people hate that movie. I really like it.
Agreed.
Number 2, 9.5 out of 10. I got OG Spider-Man 2. I love Doc Ock. You love Green Goblin. I love Doc Ock.
I'm not mouth dropped about that being number 2. I'm mouth dropped because there's only one left for number 1. And how the frick do you have that at number 1? Okay, keep going.
I love Doc Ock. I think he's a great Spider-Man villain. I mean, you like him in whatever, like hospital, and he's like killing all the nurses.
That's a great scene.
And you hear her scream and like the nails on the chalkboard. I mean, it's grotesque.
That's a great scene.
It's great. I love Doc Ock. But it's like Vader, where he's the bad guy because of an Osborn. Or his own fault. But then at the end he's like, I can save everybody.
Yeah.
I can get the sun in the palm of my hand and like destroy it. And he saves people. Hate Mary Jane in that movie. We don't talk about that. But everything else, I think it is a good movie because I love my boy Doc Ock. Number 1.
Okay.
I put TASM 1.
That, I don't think anybody in the world has that opinion. I think you might be the only person in the world.
That's gonna raise that's a hot take. Having TASM 1 first.
So what is your ranking?
I put a 9.7
Oh my god!
out of 10 because just like Matt Reeves' the Batman, it's Spider-Man being Spider-Man. I mean, he's got you got the lizard in the tunnel, and he's being a spider. It is how he works, how he webs up Lizard.
Mm-hmm.
Lizard is great. I love the guy who acted as him. Seeing Peter's, we've never seen Peter's parents, and them dying in the.
That's in the second movie.
Oh, that's in the second one.
Yeah, it's in the second.
Oh, whatever. Still, you see that, and then Uncle Ben. I mean, and like you said, Andrew is a phenomenal actor, and when it comes down to Uncle Ben, and everything else,
yeah.
he is so real. Because it's so real.
I can agree with that.
Can
I ask you of the main critique of that movie?
Okay.
Of, I think, just the general consensus.
Yeah.
Is the beginning of the 2010s, so like
yeah.
2011 to 2014.
Yeah.
Superhero movies struggled with every superhero movie was trying to be The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
The Dark Knight was well received by everybody. So then we got Amazing Spider-Man, which tried to take a dark on the character.
Yeah.
You had Man of Steel trying to take a darker take on Superman. You had Fan Four Stick trying to take a darker
we don't talk
take
about
on
that. We don't talk about that. I think
that is the one main criticism that I don't think is like it's too dark for a Spider-Man movie for me. And I still think it's a good movie. What did I have it at? I have that at a 7.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I still think it's a great movie or a good movie, but it's too dark for a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Spider-Man is not supposed to be like that.
No, but I do love the car scene on the bridge. And the kid is so scared. And he's like, just put on the mask and you can be Spider-Man. That one kind of hits hard. But then he's like, oh, the knives are my small, like, my one weakness. And then he just, like, sneezes. Him and PS4 Spider-Man go kind of hand in hand. I mean, I love that. But my list is going to make a lot of people mad. But TASM 1 is my favorite Spider-Man movie.
Okay. That concludes that. You can leave comments. We will
Tell
read
me
them.
I'm wrong.
Say whatever you want about this dude. Make him cry. All right.
I'm gonna do my Pixar top 10. Hopefully, it's not as rage baited as Spider-Man. But top at 10, I've got Toy Story 3. I think that's how.
What's your score?
5 out of 10.
Oh my gosh! Kill this man. Tasm as the best Spider-Man movie. Into the Spider-Verse at a 5 point something out of 10. And then you have Toy Story 3. Kill this man.
No.
Kill him.
No.
Take his life.
No, but the rest of the movies come after that. I think there are worse movies than Toy Story 3. As top 10, it is good top 10. Now the score may not match the placement, but I think as like it is solid. I think that's where Toy Story should have ended. Toy Story.
Agreed.
I think that with Bonnie and almost the flames and getting incinerated also made me cry as a kid. I think it is good as a top 10. The score, complain about that, I don't care. As number 9, as a 6 out of 10, I put Ratatouille.
Okay.
I think it is good. I love the side of Gusteau and getting, you've got his relative and you're like, is this guy really going to take over the restaurant? But just like Spider-Man No Way Home, you don't really like the guy or you question him, but at the end you're like, all right, that was great. The little mean chef, like a good villain. Kind of just like the guy from Elf. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for my number 7 is Up. I think Up is great.
You skipped number 8.
Oh, that's number 8.
Number 8?
Yeah, that's 8. I'm bad with numbers. 8 Up for 6.5 out of 10. I don't think it's a bad movie. I really don't. I think it is.
We are going to be able to take 10 clips from this recording session and just make a short of Logan's horrendous movie takes and just throw them all together and make it, and it's gonna go viral.
I don't think it's a bad movie. It's very just like Tasm. It is a darker Pixar movie.
It is.
It hit that with Brave is dark. I think it's great. I love Kevin. Yeah, that's the Boy Scout. No, Russell. Russell is the Boy Scout.
Kevin's the freaking bird.
Yeah, and Doug. I love Doug. I think it is great for what it's time as a little bit of a darker film. I like it. At 7, I've got Toy Story 1 as a 7 out of 10. I think it is good.
Okay.
I think the later Toy Stories got better than the first one. I think it's just because of the animation.
Okay.
I think as time animation gets better, but we don't talk about Spider-Man. But I think it is good as a first like Toy Story film. I think it's good. I love Tim Allen as Buzz, and Tom Hanks as Woody. I think their chemistry is great.
Yeah.
I think it is a mid-tier movie. Some people overrate it. Some people underrate it. I think it is middle of the barrel. Next, I've got Monsters University as a 7.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I love this film. Towards the end, with Sully and being a cheater and then them getting stuck in a camp.
Okay.
I think that scene sets up how their relationship in Monsters Inc. is, because they have to rely on each other, even though they hate each other. It's great. People hate this movie.
I don't hate it.
I like it. It is a nice, enjoyable film.
Yeah.
Love the conjoined. No, not the conjoined. Yeah, I love the conjoined people.
Yeah.
And Art, the little purple dude. I love him. It is good. Next, people are gonna get mad, but there's a reason. I put Toy Story 2.
Okay.
It's better, I think, than Toy Story 1.
Okay.
I got it as an 8 out of 10. Because it has Empire Strikes Back reference in there with Zurg and Buzz, and he's like, "No, I am your father," and he's like, "No." I think it is great. I think animation for me is key. It is good for its time.
Yeah.
Next, I got Finding Nemo at number 4
Okay.
as an 8.5 out of 10.
Okay.
I think growing up, I grew up with this movie. I think it's great. Marlin and Nemo, I mean, dad and son. I mean, even the opening scene with the eel or shark eating their kids. I mean, it is the most deaths in a Pixar film.
Yeah.
And then you've got Nemo and his egg or his like shell or whatever is cracked, and you're like, is this guy gonna survive? And then it's Nemo, and then you're like, oh, this is great. Dory, really annoying. I really don't like Dory.
We don't like Ellen.
We don't like Ellen DeGeneres, and there's a reason, but we're not gonna talk about that. But I think the whole story. I love Crush. I love William Dafoe is in that as the fish.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great. Nemo overcoming shark bait. Hoo-ha-ha. I think it's great. Number 3, I got Cars. 9 out of 10. I also grew up on this film.
Me too.
I think it is great seeing a racing like film for kids. Dude, Larry the Cable Guy as Mater, and then Owen Wilson as Lightning McQueen. I think it is great. I think you could watch this and be done.
Yeah.
I think it is all around good film. 2, I got Monsters Inc. 9.5 out of 10. I think this builds upon Monsters University. And it's so great. I mean, you've got the kid and Solly's like struggling whether or not to like send this kid home.
Yeah.
And then you see him and their relationship is building. But then the kid sees Solly in his natural habitat scaring like this animatronic dummy thing. And she gets so terrified. And it makes you cry because this kid looks up to this monster and doesn't see him as a monster, but then she does, and it just tears her apart. And it's so great. You've got the door scene at the end of the film, which sets up a nice sequel. Should have been there should have been a sequel.
Yeah.
But I think it is all around great story. I think it's funny. The camouflaged lizard.
Yeah.
I don't know his name.
Randall.
Randall.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good villain in that. But number 1.
Okay, there's only one right answer here. If you
I'm
don't
not gonna
say
mess it up. I'm
If
not
you
gonna
don't say
I'm not
it.
gonna mess it up.
Okay.
It is a 10 out of 10 film. It is the original Incredibles film.
You are right. You are right.
And I put in parentheses, why not? I mean, it is like a 50s, 60s superhero film. It is the best start to finish. You've got the memes in there. You've got
it's entertaining start to finish.
It is. And you see Bob being he's at his peak at the beginning of the film. He's great. Yes, there's some backlash with him being a super, but he's phenomenal. And then 2/3 of the movie, he's a depressed dad because he can't be a superhero.
Yeah.
Because by the law, he can't do what he loves doing.
Yeah.
And it tears his family apart. But then you got the ending where they've all accepted each other and they're fighting together. Frozone's funny in that. Frozone and his wife Honey, it's funny. And then you've got Syndrome. Jason Segel or whatever. He's great at Syndrome.
Yeah.
I think his voice is phenomenal. He's a villain that you want to see him die or just get defeated.
Yeah.
I mean, he's horrible. He kidnaps Jack. It's gruesome in the end. But for its time, I try to remember when it released, but as a kid, I watched that and I was like, I love that. I should watch it again. And so I didn't screw up this. Well, half the list was messed up, but the other half, I think Incredibles.
You picked the right number 1.
I did.
Yes.
I did. So that's my list. Please don't target me this time.
Okay. I was getting scared for a second. I thought we were gonna add Incredibles out of your top 10 as another horrible take for you. But I'm so glad you put it on.
I would. Incredibles 2 is down there.
Yeah.
We don't talk about that.
We don't talk about the sequel.
What's yours? I know
Okay.
we're going to disagree so much.
There's actually a lot more in common than you would think.
Oh.
There are, let's see. I have 2 movies in my top 10 that you didn't mention, but besides that, the rest are the same, just different order.
Okay.
So, I think we're pretty similar.
Yeah.
Coming in at number 10, this is something you didn't have. I have Inside Out, the first one.
Yeah.
So, Inside Out for me is one of the better modern Pixar movies. Yeah. I think that just the storytelling of Riley and getting to see the emotions, and I think it is a great way to explain emotions to little kids. I am a father of 2, and I think it's a great way to sit down and show your kids it's okay to have different emotions and feel different ways, but there's ways that we handle it. There's ways that we move forward with it.
Yeah.
So, very good movie. I have that at an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
And you're going to see throughout this list, I am a Pixar fanatic. So, in my top 10, 8 out of 10 is the lowest for me.
Yeah.
So, 8 out of 10, Inside Out. Coming in at number 9, I have Finding Nemo, also at an 8 out of 10. A lot of what he said, I'm not going to repeat it. Storyline is great. Ellen sucks. Puts the movie down. Beside that, though, love the story of the movie. As a father now, I feel like I feel an even bigger connection to that movie now as a father, of a dad doing anything he can to get his son back. I know I would do anything I can to get my son back. I have that at number 9, 8 out of 10. At number 8, I have Cars, the first Cars. And I have that at an 8.5 out of 10. Mm-hmm. And so, a movie I grew up with, it's amazing, it's great. We forget that the second 2 movies exist, Cars 2 and Cars 3. We just toss those on the back burner, don't even remember them. No. But the first Cars is amazing. Lightning McQueen was my favorite fictional character when I was a kid. If you asked me who I wanted to go outside and if I'm playing and pretending who I was pretending to be, it was probably Lightning McQueen. So, I just loved watching that as a kid. Number 7, Toy Story 1. I have that at an 8.5 out of 10 as well. Yeah. I just think it's a great opening to one of the best animated franchises ever. Yeah. One of my favorite animated franchises ever. The animation, it was one of the very first animated movies like that. So, I mean, you got to cut them a little slack. It was great for its time. Rewatching, it is kind of bad. Yeah. But it was great for its time. The story's great. The connection between Woody and Buzz is great. Mm-hmm. Toy Story, awesome. Mm-hmm. Number 6, and this is one you didn't mention too. WALL-E. Yeah. I grew up on WALL-E. I've always had fascination with outer space, and that's part to do with it. I love movies that take place in space. Yeah. The visuals in WALL-E for an animated movie are spectacular. Getting to see the different stars, specifically the scene where WALL-E and Eve go off on the escape pod, or WALL-E goes off on the escape pod and Eve's chasing them, and they're flying through space with the fire extinguisher. Yeah. Just the visuals are so stunning, so amazing. WALL-E is such a cute character to get to follow his mind. Mm-hmm. I have that at number 6 with a 9 out of 10. At number 5, I have Toy Story 2, also with a 9 out of 10. Yeah. Toy Story 2 is amazing. I love, like you said, the Star Wars reference. Being a Star Wars fan, that's always resonated with me. Yeah. I love the journey of the other toys going to rescue Woody. Yeah. It just makes for a great storyline. It shows the growth in Buzz and Woody's relationship, because the first movie they hated each other and they came to like each other at the end of the movie. And then this movie, you see Buzz really cares about his best friend and Woody and is going to do anything he can to go and rescue him and save him. I have that at number 5 with a 9 out of 10. At number 4 with a 9.5 out of 10, I have Monsters, Inc. Monsters, Inc. is a great movie. Like you said, I don't want to repeat a lot of the stuff, but the connection between Bonnie and Sully is great. Mike Wazowski is a great supporting character. Just everything in the movie is great. Don't repeat a lot. No. A lot of his thoughts are my thoughts about that movie. Going into number 3, I have Up at a 9.5 out of 10. Up has always been a movie that I was a more emotional kid. So emotional stories resonated with me. Yeah. This story always resonated with me. The man that could not have kids, his wife ends up dying, They had that dream of going to Paradise Falls.
Mhm.
He's going to fulfill that dream even though his wife is no longer with him. The dynamic between him and Russell, he was never able to have kids, but now he gets to be in that mentor role for a kid like Russell. I just think it's a great overall story. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, coming in at number 2, also with a 9.5 out of 10, Toy Story 3. It is my favorite of the Toy Story movies. I love the storyline of the toys feeling like they're abandoned, and we get to, as we were kids growing up, we got to grow up with the toys. Yeah. And now it's like, okay, Andy's gotten rid of the toys, and they feel abandoned, and they're going to do anything they can to get back home. And then at the end of the movie, Andy's still going off to college, and they still can't go with Andy. Yeah. And they get given to Bonnie. Yeah. I just think it is that is where the story should have ended. Mm-hmm. Toy Story 4 was not my favorite movie in the world. I will say Toy Story 5 I am optimistic about. I think there is a right way they can do that movie, even though I do still think it should have ended with 3. But 3 is my second best Pixar movie. Toy Story is my favorite Pixar franchise. It is one of my favorite animated franchises of all time. Yeah. So that is a 9.5 out of 10 at number 2. And then at number 1, we have The Incredibles. Like I said, I've seen 255 movies, I think, so far. I only have 3 10 out of 10s. This is another one of the 10 out of 10s. So I have Empire, I have Incredibles. Yeah. Amazing movie. Start to finish, entertaining. The characters, you can resonate with them. You can feel like you can connect to them. When Bob is working his office job and he hates it, and he's just like, I can't do something I love with my life. I'm stuck doing this. I feel like a lot of people can feel that and connect to that. Syndrome's a great villain. Again, a lot of what he said. It is a 10 out of 10 movie with me. I can't find any flaws with that movie. It is amazing. Yeah. All right. Moving into the next segment of our podcast, one of the ones I have been looking forward to. This is Hot Takes. And I know Logan has already given like 8 hot takes this whole entire freaking episode. But we are moving into our scripted hot takes, what we have written down as our hot takes. Okay. So I will start. Okay. And how this is going to work is I'm going to say a hot take, and he's going to say a hot take. Okay. And we're going to go until we have read off 5 of our hot takes each. And we'll just see how much you guys hate us after this. Yeah. I know I have some that the general public are
you're probably going to hate me too. Hate me even more. I don't care.
Okay. We're going to start off with a heavy hitter.
Okay.
Phase 1 of the MCU is filled with mediocre and bad movies.
Oh, far.
Iron Man and the Avengers are the only good movies in Phase 1. Everything else is mediocre or plain out bad. I'm not done yet. People complain about Phase 4 and Phase 5, but the ratio of good to bad movies is the same as Phase 1. So in Phase 1, you have Thor, you have Incredible Hulk,
Captain America, the first Avenger.
I'm going through the bad right now. Okay. You have Thor, you have Incredible Hulk, you have Iron Man 2. Those are bad movies.
Oh, I hate Iron Man 2.
They are bad movies. There is no way around that. Then you have First Avenger, to me, is a mediocre movie. It is not bad, but it is mediocre. You have Iron Man, which is a good movie. Yeah. You have Avengers, which is a good movie. Yeah. But you have 3 bad and 1 mediocre movie. So the bad and the mediocre outweighs the good for me in Phase 1. And it's the same with Phase 4 and Phase 5. You have Guardians 3 is good. You have No Way Home is good. Yeah. You have Thunderbolts is good. You have Fantastic Four is not Phase 5. It's Phase 6. Yeah. But you have like 3 or 4 good movies in Phases 4 and 5. And then you have a bunch of bad movies too. Yeah. But it's the same as Phase 1 for me. So my hot take to start off is Phase 1 is filled with mediocre and bad movies. People complain about Phase 4 and Phase 5, but we've already seen it before with Phase 1.
Oh, that's hard. I hate that. Mine, I kind of want to do this with, we cut Solo, but I think Bucky should have stayed dead after the first Avenger. Okay. They shouldn't have brought him back. I think you saw in Avengers is Steve is training and he's still grieving Bucky. But yes, Winter Soldier is one of my favorite films.
A lot of the MCU can't happen if Bucky stays dead.
I know. In like Civil War it doesn't pan out, but I think Steve Rogers would still develop, maybe a little bit different, but the same, like across. if he didn't have that attached, like if he was dead and he's dead, all right, Steve's gonna find a way to move on. Okay. But I think Bucky should have stayed dead.
Interesting. I mean, I disagree with that, but I mean, I don't think that's too outlandish. Some of you might think so. Let us know if you do.
Hate me more.
I think a lot of the MCU can't happen if he stays dead, obviously. Yeah. But that's interesting. That's an interesting one. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on. My next hot take. This is going to make some people mad. And I know you haven't seen all these movies. No. So, the Deadpool trilogy is overrated. Ryan Reynolds is the best choice you could have chosen for Deadpool. He is amazing as Deadpool. But the movies are mostly mid. Yeah. There are some good moments in the movies, like with Deadpool and Wolverine. I love some of the interactions between the two of them. But they are not great movies. My highest ranking Deadpool movie is a 7 out of 10. And the other two are 6 and 4. I have 4 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10. And I'm not going to reveal which ones are which, because we're going to do those rankings in a later podcast episode. But the highest is a 7, the lowest is a 4. I think it is a mid-trilogy, and I think people overhype it just because of how good Ryan Reynolds is as Deadpool. Yeah. No. So that is my next hot take.
Do you think it would have been better if Deadpool was more serious, like Hugh Jackman's Wolverine?
Or no, Deadpool has to be quirky and quippy like that. Okay. I do think that. I just think the storylines aren't that very good. I think they could have chosen better stories.
I saw like 10 minutes.
And I also think Deadpool is better as a supporting character. Yeah. Which sounds like is how the MCU is going to use him going forward, which think is going to work great. I don't think Deadpool needs his own movies. No. I think you can throw Deadpool in his cameos and it can work. And I think that's what he needs to be. And I think he's going to thrive in that role. I just think the movies are mid.
I've got one that's gonna make people mad after the David Cornsweet's Superman movie. Okay. Henry Cavill is the best Superman. ... in the worst movies. I think if you had I love David Cornsweet, but Cavill's Superman with Affleck's Dark Knight. Okay. With his Affleck is a gruesome Batman. Yeah. I think their chemistry is great. I don't really like Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, but he is the best Superman in the worst movies. I think if he was
the one pushback I'll give that on you is he's too dark. Superman is not supposed to be dark. Yeah. There are storylines, there are comic lines where he is dark and he's going through a phase. Yeah. But that's not how the character's supposed to be introduced. You have to get to that point. They started with the Death of Superman storyline. Yeah. You introduced him in Man of Steel in the origin, and then you killed him the next movie. You did Death of Superman comic run. Yeah. You don't start with that. You have to build up with that. Yeah. Superman cannot start as a dark character. That is my problem with it.
Now, this will change if Superman and Supergirl does good.
I think David Cornsweet, 10 years from now, is going to be unanimously seen as best Superman. Yeah. Yeah, if you just see, you can't say it yet because he's only had one movie, but I think 10 years from now, we'll look at him as he was the best cast ever.
Yes. That's my weird hot take.
Okay. We're moving into another one. I don't know how this is going to resonate with you. I don't know how it's going to go with the viewers. So, X-Men Days of Future Past and X-Men First Class are miles better than any of the original trilogy X-Men movies.
Oh, I agree with that, yeah.
The original trilogy of X-Men is thought of as great because of nostalgia. They were great for their time, and they were really the first big blockbuster superhero franchise. Mm-hmm. But they have not held up great over time, and if you go rewatch the movies, there's a lot of slop in them.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that. Yeah. Days of Future Past, they're going back in time. First Class, you see, dude, we keep talking about this time and time again. Dude, James McAvoy, Professor X, and Michael Fassbender's Magneto. Yeah. Two, they work really well together, but as a character and acting-wise, they're one of the top 10 best characters with their actors. Yeah. I love Sir Ian McKellen and Patrick Stewart. I love them, but I love the prequel trilogy for X-Men. No, we don't talk about the second one.
We don't talk about Dark Phoenix.
Yes. Or Apocalypse. We don't.
Apocalypse is okay.
It's okay.
It's mid. I think First Class and Days of Future Past are peak X-Men. Apocalypse is mid. Dark Phoenix we don't talk about.
Ooh.
Okay, where are you going?
Now I was trying to write this morning, so I'll see how it goes. Shazam 1, the first Shazam movie, is an underrated film. The sequel, which I have not seen Fury of the Gods. Those critics for that bring down the first Shazam movie. I think Shazam 1 is an underrated film in the DCEU.
Can I give you my problem with it?
Okay.
Much like Deadpool for me, Shazam is a side character. Yeah. Shazam is not a character that should have gotten his own movie. Mm-hmm. That's my thing. Shazam should have been introduced in a Superman movie or in a Superman storyline. He should not have been his own character.
Yeah. Yeah, and you kind of, at the end, you get a little tease with Superman. But
That's my problem with it, is he is not big enough to stand alone on his own film.
Yeah, and even in the film, Dr. The bad guy with the glass eye, it's basically his film.
Yeah.
And the demon, deadly sin, whatever, they overshadow that film. But yeah, that's my hot take.
Okay, my last two are gonna make everybody mad.
Okay, what's your second to last one?
My second to last. Avengers: Age of Ultron is a better movie than the first Avengers movie.
Can I say something?
Hang on, I'm not done. I think Age of Ultron is more entertaining start to finish, more action. I think the first Avengers movie has some sequences that are too boring.
Yeah.
And Age of Ultron is also a breath of fresh air because it is an Avengers story that can be told without it being a big event. So Avengers 1 was a huge event.
Yeah.
It was all the characters from Phase 1 coming together.
Yeah.
It was a huge event.
Yeah.
Infinity War and Endgame are obviously what those two things are.
Yeah.
Huge events. Avengers Age of Ultron was just a breath of fresh air. You can tell an Avengers story without it being like this massive earth-changing event.
Yeah.
You're just telling an Avengers story, and I love it.
I agree with that, and I will say, I did, on some of mine, I did ask a Microsoft Copilot for some hot takes, and that's one of the ones they gave me, and I do agree. I love video games, everything else. They did Lego Marvel Avengers, and out of the three, people hate that one the most, but I love Lego Marvel, or Lego Avengers, Age of Ultron, because it's Age of Ultron. I love that film. I think Hawkeye is good in it. People dog on it because it's not an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
But just as Captain America Civil War, you could technically, that's an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
But this is just, the first one, you had the wormhole, you had everybody coming together. The Infinity War and Endgame go hand in hand with Thanos and just everybody still together. But this one is like, I mean, yes, the stakes are high because of Sokovia, but it's still an Avengers film that is worth taking.
And it's one of those movies where you can just sit down and watch it. A lot of Marvel movies, you feel like, okay, I gotta watch this first, and this first, and this first, and we gotta watch this in order. Yeah. Avengers Age of Ultron is a story where you're just like, I want to watch the Avengers fight.
Yeah.
And you can just turn it on, watch it, be entertained, and be done.
Yeah.
So.
My second to last one, this has swarmed media many years, actually forever, and I don't know if you've seen it. I will die with this on my grave. My hot take is Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Okay.
And I will explain. It's in Nakatomi Plaza, Christmas time. People are coming together. The theme is family.
Okay.
Christmas is about family coming together, reconciling whatever. It's got Christmas trees. You've got music in there. It is a Christmas film. Yes, it's an action film. It's sort of a romantic film, but it is Christmas. It takes place during Christmas.
So, can I ask you one question, though?
What?
That's the only qualifier is that it takes place during Christmas time. Is Iron Man 3 a Christmas movie? Iron Man 3 takes place during Christmas time. He's at the boy's house, Harley's house, during Christmas time. Is that a Christmas movie?
My thing, I would put that as a maybe towards to no, because if the whole, because it spans, I think, in time, right?
Mhm.
So if it was just during Christmas time, like if it was kind of like the ending of Spider-Man No Way Home, where he's jumping off and it's all snowy. If it was,
Yeah, is that a Christmas movie?
no, it's not the only qualifier. But as you watch it, you're like, this is definitely a Christmas film.
Okay.
Because if Christmas is in it like 5 minutes, it's not a Christmas film.
Okay.
But if it's the big chunk or all of it, it's got to be.
Can I tell you what makes it for me?
What?
If the plot of the movie
Mhm.
cannot hold itself up without Christmas. So for me, Die Hard can hold itself up without Christmas. If it was taking place in July instead of Christmas, it would still be a movie.
Yeah.
Home Alone has to be during Christmas because the family's going on Christmas vacation.
Yeah.
He can't be left home alone unless the family's going on Christmas vacation. The Santa Claus. Obviously, it's a movie about Santa Claus. For a Christmas movie to be a Christmas movie, Christmas has to be a central theme to the plot.
Yeah.
If you can put the movie in July and it can still be the same movie, it is not a Christmas movie in my opinion. That's where I put it, is Christmas has to be part of the central plot of the movie. If you can put it in a different time and it's still the same movie and it doesn't change at all, it is not a Christmas movie. That is my opinion. I'll leave you with that thought. You can think about that. I'm going to get to my final hot take. I'm going to get to my final hot take. And this might make you pretty angry.
What?
So let me finish until you start talking. Just sit there and awe.
Mm-hmm.
The Jurassic Park / Jurassic World franchise is the most overrated franchise in movie history. Every movie is practically the same thing. And at this point, they are just cash grabbing by making more movies. At first, seeing dinosaurs on the screen is cool and the visuals are awesome.
Mm-hmm.
But the visuals cannot be what is still holding this franchise together 40 years later. The plots of the movies are lackluster now and leave something to be desired.
Mm.
There is no creativity at all anymore, and they just repeat the same story over and over again to make a buck.
No, I get that. I agree with that. I honestly own all the films except for Scarlett Johansson. I've still not seen that. I don't know if I'll see that one. But I don't think I've picked it up and I've watched it for like the third time.
Everybody calls Jurassic Park / Jurassic World the greatest franchise of all time. And it's so overrated. It is.
Yeah, it's the same one. I mean, I like it. It's just...
You can't have... What are we on now? 3, 6, 7 movies.
7.
You cannot be on the 8th, going into the 8th movie of the franchise. And the big thing in the movie still is, well, look at this cool dinosaur we created. That can't be the thing you're doing still. You have to have creativity.
Yeah.
Because now it's just, we have a new dinosaur, there's a new species, it's really cool to look at. You can't have that be the movie anymore.
I agree. I like that. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. My
final one.
Now, I did write this one on my own. I said Batman Forever.
Okay.
So that film with Val Kilmer and Tommy Lee Jones and Jim Carrey would have been a top 5 Batman film.
Okay.
Maybe if Tim Burton directed it and had both Robin Williams in it and Billy D. Williams as Two-Face and the Riddler. Batman Forever would be a top 5 film.
I agree, but you're changing too much of the movie at that point. It's not a top 5 film because those things don't exist.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Carrey, I love him as an actor. I think he's a comedy legend.
Mm-hmm.
He's not Riddler, and he was a horrible choice.
Yeah.
And you just made Riddler a laughingstock. Riddler is supposed to be smart. Riddler is supposed to get the best of Batman and not just be a haha, he's funny, laugh at him type character.
Yeah.
And that's what Jim Carrey makes him.
Yeah.
And it's horrible.
Yeah.
But I agree with you. If you change every part of the movie, it's going to be a better movie. But that you haven't changed every part of the movie, so it's a bad movie.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
All right.
Maybe next time Logan can do better.
Okay. Roast us in the comments if you hate any of that.
Yeah, Logan will do more movie homework.
We are moving into our final scheduled rankings list. We have a blind ranking here in a minute, but we're moving into our final, put together rankings.
Yeah.
We are doing our top 10 favorite movies of all time. I will warn you ahead of time. We both have a type. We both like a specific type of movies, and you're going to see that.
Yeah.
And you're going to be, I don't like rom-coms. I like superhero movies, I like action movies, I like Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
I have a type. So that's going to be most of my top 10 guys. So just beware. Moving into number 10, and this might shock you because last time I spoke to you, I don't think this would have been what you thought of me. Superman 2025. When I first saw that movie, I did not like it. I have rewatched it, I think, 4 or 5 times. It gets better with every rewatch. David Cornsweet is amazing. Yeah. Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor is one of my favorite comic book villain castings ever.
Yeah.
He nails that role. The way you know if an actor does a good job portraying a villain is if you hate him.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you watch that movie and you hate Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
Just sitting in the audience watching it, you hate him. And that's how you know if an actor does a great job as a villain. You hate watching that character. You're like, this guy sucks.
Yeah.
Amazing. I love that movie. I have it at a 9 out of 10. When I first watched it, I had it as a 7. So it has jumped that far up for me after rewatches. And I love it. It is my 10th favorite movie of all time. I am super excited for Man of Tomorrow. Yeah. Moving into number 9, I have Spider-Man, the very first one, at a 9 out of 10. I'm not going to repeat what I like about that movie because we did that in our Spider-Man list. Mm-hmm. Rewind if you need to. We're moving on. Yeah. Number 8, I have The Dark Knight at a 9 out of 10. The Dark Knight is my favorite Batman movie. Heath Ledger, obviously iconic performance as the Joker. Christian Bale is, as of right now, my favorite live-action Batman. I think Robert Pattinson has a chance to overtake him, but not yet. I just love everything about that movie. Yeah. Number 7, Star Wars: A New Hope, with a 9 out of 10. Okay. Again, it is a top 3 Star Wars movie for me. I'm not going to repeat a lot of what I like about it because we've already done our Star Wars list. Yeah. Number 6, I have Avengers: Infinity War at a 9.5 out of 10. It was the event of the century for a superhero lover. We will never have a film like that again. They're going to attempt it with Avengers: Doomsday and Secret Wars. I don't know if it can top Infinity War. They're going to try. But Infinity War was just peak Marvel. You had to be there to experience that. It was an experience. It truly was. Yeah. And I have that at number 6. At number 5, I have Spider-Man: No Way Home with a 9.5 out of 10. Okay. Again, not going to repeat a lot of what I've already said about that, but seeing my favorite Spider-Man actors throughout my whole entire childhood come together into one movie was awesome. Yeah. Number 4, I have Revenge of the Sith with a 9.5 out of 10. Again, not going to repeat a lot of what I said. You can rewind to our Star Wars segment. That is my number 4 favorite movie. Number 3, so the last 3, as I've told you, I have 3 10 out of 10 movies. These are my 10 out of 10s. Number 3 is The Incredibles. Again, we've talked a lot about it. Super entertaining movie, start to finish. I love The Incredibles. And it is my only animated movie to make this list. Yeah. At number 2, I have Empire Strikes Back with a 10 out of 10. Yeah. Favorite Star Wars movie by far. Again, rewind to the Star Wars segment if you want to hear my thoughts about it again. It's just a great movie all around. Number 1, Interstellar. Again, like I said with WALL-E, I am a space junkie. Space movies, I just love. Interstellar has the best visuals out of any movie I've ever seen. Doesn't matter the genre, best visuals ever. I will say, I have it at a 10 out of 10. Some people might dock it a little bit because the start of the movie is slow, and I get that. But I feel like the start of the movie needs to be slow because you build up that connection with his daughter, and you get to see how much he loves his daughter. And then throughout the movie, you see his daughter grow up, and he's just staying still in time, basically. And his daughter's getting older, and he's not getting any older, and he's missing out on his daughter's life. And you get to see you get to see her send the video to the spaceship, and she's older now. And then you get to see him get stuck in the wormhole and try to tell his daughter, no, don't let me go, trying to tell himself, stay, stay, stay. and then it just circles back to the beginning of the movie where they're seeing those anomalies in that room, and then you find out it was because of him. Just amazing movie. It is my favorite movie of all time.
All right, yeah. I have some of the similar as you. Though it will probably change tomorrow because this was at 1 a.m. and actually this morning. Both. Number 10, I have Batman '89.
Okay.
The original Batman film with Michael Keaton. I'm not gonna tell my rankings because they change all the time.
You don't have to give scores if you don't want to.
7 out of 10.
You don't have to give scores if you don't want to.
I think it is good as an original Batman. Jack Nicholson, phenomenal Joker. Not as good as this other dude, but he is great. I think Michael Keaton did the best that he could. And Tim Burton is more of a darker director, as you see in Batman Returns, but I think it is definitely an underrated film. So that's what I have. At 9, I have Paul Blart's Mall Cop 1. The second one is okay, but this one I have it as 7 out of 10. I think Kevin James, hot take, Kevin James is a better comedian than Adam Sandler.
That's fair. I think that's very fair.
I think
Adam Sandler is overrated.
I think Adam, yes. And Kevin James, I really love Jim Carrey more, but I think Kevin James being a diabetic or hypoglycemic man who didn't make it into the police academy, who's now bottom of the barrel mall cop security dude, and then you see him take his own when it gets overrun by terrorists or criminals. I think that was peak comedy, mid 2000s. Next I have Die Hard. I love Die Hard. Saw that with my dad, and just it is a rewatchable film. It's an 8 out of 10. Man, I love that. Next, I have Incredibles. In this list, it's an 8 out of 10. Based on my taste. I think it is, like you said, best animated movie. It is there. And all these other stuff with Soul and Onward and Luca, it is a mile difference. Yeah. It is probably here to Pluto of how big of a difference it is. And Brad Bird did such a great job. Repeat back. I'm not gonna repeat. Next I have Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade. Okay. 8.5. I love Harrison Ford as an actor. He's great. Han Solo is good, but Indiana Jones is better. Now your wife, my sister, really likes Indiana Jones. I do too. I think out of the original 3, we don't talk about Dial of Destiny. We don't talk about Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. No Shia LaBeouf, nothing. These original 3 with George Lucas and Steven Spielberg, who did Star Wars together, they put something together that you just can't comprehend. I'm blanking on his dad, the actor who played Indiana Jones Sr. I'll think of it, but he's great. But I love that. Top 5, I got Captain America: Winter Soldier. Okay. It is the best Captain America film. Okay. Better than, I haven't seen Brave New World, so I can't say that. But Civil War and First Avenger don't come close. I love the espionage. All right, you got Winter Soldier coming after you. You're your best friend, and then you've got your own agency turning on each other, and you've got Captain America, Black Widow, and Falcon, and Nick Fury. But I mean, for deeper, more darker film, it's there, and it's so there that most modern day Marvel doesn't come close to that. Next, I have Princess Bride as number 4, 9 out of 10. I think that's also rewatchable. You've got the hilarious moments. I love Inigo. I love Wallace Shaw. I think it is as I don't like romantic comedies. I just can't. But this one, as with our space, our action films, it's there. And you can't beat it. Top 3, I've got Revenge of the Sith.
Okay.
Not gonna repeat myself. Wind back. Top 2, I've got Empire Strikes Back.
Okay.
I think for its time, it's the best. And then you had this downer list, but this is one of my top 10 out of 10 movies. It's Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight.
Yep.
Heath Ledger's Joker outshines Jack Nicholson. Christian Bale is Batman. I mean, live action wise. I mean, people say Mark Hamill is Joker and Kevin Conroy is Batman. In the animated sense. In live action, it's Heath Ledger and it's Christian Bale. You've got the darker tones of a Joker who actually can do something. I mean, we don't talk about Jared Leto not watching Phoenix. This Joker knows what he's doing. And if Riddler was like this Joker, where he's smart,
he dedicated himself to the role.
Yes. And he's calculated. He knows. People are like, yeah, this guy's a clown. And he's like, no, I'm the smartest man in this room. And you have no idea.
Yeah.
You don't know. I plot twists, everything like that. I love Jim Gordon. I think in the film, it's a standalone film and you could be done with it. That is my top movie. I will rewatch it till the day I die.
All right. Very good. Again, let us know down in the comments what you think, disagreements, anything we missed. But yeah, we're going to move on to our next segment. This is our second to last segment. I'm sorry this has been a bit of a longer podcast. We will tune down in the later episodes. This is just kind of an introductory get to know us. We are going to do Marvel movie blind rankings.
You're going to hate me.
So, I'm going to start.
Okay.
And I'm going to give Logan a movie.
Okay.
He's going to tell me where he ranks it 1 through 10.
All right.
Without knowing what comes next. And we're going to see what his list is at the end.
I'm going to hate myself if you put a really good film and it's 10 for me.
Okay, first up, we're going to give you Black Panther, the first one. Where are you putting it?
I'm putting it at 7.
7.
I think it's an overrated film.
Agreed.
Don't get me wrong, I love Chadwick Boseman, but the whole film,
I agree.
I can't.
Come on, give me some lid. Okay, Black Panther's at 7.
Yeah. And I ain't changing this list. It is glued to this paper.
Okay.
What do you have?
Next up, we are giving you Iron Man 2.
It's not bad, but it's not. I got. It's 6.
6.
I think it's better than Black Panther, but it is the weakest out of the.
Okay. Next up, we are giving you X-Men Apocalypse.
Oh, crap.
Is that better than Iron Man 2 and Black Panther, or worse than Iron Man 2?
I'm going to put that as 5. I think
Okay.
it is. I think people
overhate it?
Yes, I think it is good. It's not bad.
All
I
right.
didn't know you were going to pull X-Men.
I am pulling anything Marvel. All right. What do I want to give you next?
Crap. I might hate my list.
Fantastic Four First Steps, the newer one.
Crap. Dang.
Are you going to put it below X-Men Apocalypse, Iron Man 2, and Black Panther? Or are you going to put it at 4? What do I have coming next? Do I have heavy hitters or do I have bad movies?
I don't know if you really screwed me over on this one.
Oh.
This is going to get controversial real quick.
Yeah? You got to make a decision here, buddy.
I'm putting it... I got to rewatch it.
Yeah.
It's going 8.
It's going 8. Okay.
You and I watched that together, and it's just it doesn't smack. I love the actors sort of, but it's not for me.
Number 8. There you go. Okay. I think you're okay so far. It's really gonna get tough starting here.
Crap.
Let's give you a Spider-Man Homecoming.
Ooh.
I know you're probably toward the bottom on that.
But did you outweigh the bad from the good?
You don't know what I'm going with next.
I think it's 4 on my list.
4.
I
Okay.
think people hate it because Tony Stark, and so is I. He baked him, but it is miles better than Apocalypse. I think it is.
Okay. And that's where you have to rank it. You have to be like, is it better than these movies?
No. Shout.
Okay, Spider-Man Homecoming is gone. All right. Next,
5 films.
we're going to give you Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
9.
Okay.
9. And here's why. I think First Steps is better. I hated the possession type. Oh, Doctor Strange is gonna get this dead guy from our universe. I love Patrick Stewart. I love what is it? The Illuminati.
Mm-hmm.
I like that group, but they wasted it.
Okay. You have your top 3 left and you have 10 left.
Oh, I hate this.
So,
I hate this.
next up, I am giving you The Amazing Spider-Man 1. What you had as your best Spider-Man movie. So where are you going to put that?
I'm gonna put that as 2.
2.
I'm gonna
Okay.
leave 1 because you might like put, I don't know, for instance, Winter Soldier, and I'm gonna totally hate myself if that's number 10 on my list.
We'll see. All right. So Amazing Spider-Man's number 2. Next up, we have Captain America Civil War.
It's going 3.
3.
It's a 3 film.
That sounds pretty good.
I think it is good, but like Spider-Man could have been better.
Okay.
1 in 10.
I think you're going to have a clear choice with this for the next one, but we're going to see if any of your rankings have come back to bite you in the butt.
Probably.
I'm going to give you Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Now, is there a film that you could pull that is better than Winter Soldier?
That's what you have to pick. That's what you have to depend. But are you really going to put the Winter Soldier at 10? What if you put the Winter Soldier at 10?
And then you give me Captain Marvel at 1.
Yeah.
I'm gonna hate myself. It's going 1.
It's going 1?
But if you pick a better film,
I have it typed out on my phone. I will show you. I have picked. I am not changing.
just show me just what is 10.
Okay. Your number 10 is
Please don't.
Avengers Infinity War.
I am okay.
You're okay with that?
In hot take, it's I tell you, it is just like Attack of the Clones. People love it. I get that you love it. I can see why you love it. But it's just I'm not gonna rewatch it. I will watch it like whack. I am. It's
Okay.
too long.
Looking at your list, is there anything you would change afterward? I'm sure there's some. What would you switch?
I think I would put Civil or Infinity War
Okay.
as 4,
Okay.
and then move everything else
Down and then fine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I would. Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah.
I just wanted to know what you would do with with all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. My turn. Let's get in.
Oh. I didn't know you were gonna pull Spider-Man and X-Men.
I said any Marvel movie.
I know, in my blank, so I put MCU films.
Well, that's fine. Just whatever you got for me.
We're gonna go to Guardians 2.
6.
6?
Yep.
Okay.
I think it's an okay movie. By no means do I think it's one of the best ones.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll go 6.
Alright. We've got Age of Ultron.
Depends how many good movies are you gonna give me and how many crappy movies are you gonna give me. I'm gonna go Age of Ultron. We'll throw it at 5.
Okay. Okay. Endgame.
We're gonna throw that at 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Civil War.
We're gonna throw that at. It's just I have my top 5. How much of the top 5 are you gonna give me? I have to account for that.
Yeah.
Civil War, I'm gonna throw at 2.
Okay.
Okay.
Iron Man, the first one.
Oh. I feel like 7's too low, but I feel like 3's too high. I'm fine with 7.
Okay.
I would honestly, right now I feel pretty good. First Iron Man, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As of right now, all I would switch is 6 and 7. I'd put Iron Man 6 and I'd put Guardians 2 7.
Okay.
But I feel pretty good so far.
Thor: The Dark World.
There's not much worse than that. I'm gonna go 10.
Okay.
I'm going 10.
Incredible Hulk.
It's either 9 or 8. Are you gonna give me one worse than that?
I don't know.
We will go 9.
Okay.
Okay. We got 8, 3, 1.
We'll put it out there. I think I know where you're going to put it. Infinity War.
It's 1 or 3.
What are you going to bank on? Because I could give
If I put it 1, the only thing I'll be upset is if you give me No Way Home.
Okay.
I would put No Way Home 1. I don't know if that's where you're going with this. So I'm going to go 1 for Infinity War.
Okay. We'll see if you
And even if No Way Home has to go 3, that's okay. But
Captain America, the First Avenger.
oh, 8. Easy. Oh, you're going to give me a horrible one at 3, aren't you? Okay, spill it. What's my 3rd?
Iron Man 3.
Okay. Okay. Honestly,
What would you change?
let's flip 6 and 7. 6, 7. Let's flip 6 and 7. And then let's move Iron Man 3 down to right above First Avenger.
Okay.
And then my list is perfect.
Okay.
Besides that, I think it's great.
Yeah, you were really banking on Infinity War as 1.
Well,
I was
I'm glad I didn't put Infinity War 3, because then that would have made Iron Man 3 1. And I was like, no! Okay. So that was our blind ranking of Marvel movies for today. We're going to do one blind ranking segment per podcast episode.
Yeah.
So if you have any recommendations of what we should blind rank, go ahead and leave a comment. I do community posts for our podcast now on YouTube. So go to our YouTube channel and click on the community posts and leave a comment down there. Mm-hmm. And we will take viewer suggestions if you guys have any. Yeah. So we are going to move into our final segment, which is talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day. Mm-hmm. There is a new trailer that came out yesterday as we're recording. Mm-hmm. It came out yesterday, and so we're going to go watch that again to get it fresh in our minds, and then we will be back with y'all to talk about it. Mm-hmm. And we're back from watching that trailer.
Oh boy.
So, you want to give your thoughts first?
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's better than the official trailer for it, or the first trailer that we saw. I have high hopes for it. Mm-hmm. I think. Now, this will be a hot take. I think it might surpass No Way Home. I have faith in it. Just like with Superman, David Cornsweet, I was kind of on the fence a little bit and watch it some more to solidify my feelings towards it. But I think just as the trailer, they're cooking something here. Mm-hmm. I think they said they weren't going to go one angle that they were originally talking about. Maybe going somewhere else. I think having, hopefully I can say this, Bruce Banner in there, and not have his in-game self.
Not the Professor Hulk.
No, yeah. I don't like Smart Hulk. I don't like, that brought in-game down for me. Mm-hmm. I think this, where it's it's big, it's mean, it's green. I think, and having Frank Castle as Punisher in there, yeah, I think that's a good choice. Mm-hmm. Because we haven't seen him in a while. Yeah. And having him, the John Berthel, yep. I think having him reprise Punisher is great. I think that's great. I'm very excited for it.
Yeah, I'm very excited for it. The trailer, when he grabs Scorpion by the tail and just whacks him in front of a driving police car. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I loved about Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker in Spider-Man is how quippy he was and telling the jokes.
Yeah.
That final scene of the trailer where he's talking to the guards while he's stretching. He's like, "Oh, I'm not in high school anymore." That, to me, that is peak.
Yes, and I think you finally see him evolve into...
You see him maturing.
Yes, yes. If you cut out Homecoming and you started Peter with Far From Home, and then No Way Home, I think this would be a good trilogy for Spider-Man as being Peter Parker Spider-Man. Yes, you could add on to it. You could maybe tie back. But I think we're seeing Peter Parker be Peter Parker and Spider-Man be Spider-Man, where we haven't seen him before. Because we've seen him in Civil War, we've seen him in Endgame, we've seen him in Infinity War, and he's still a kid.
Yeah,
he's a sassy little kid. He's relying too much on other people to pull their punches or his punches, and now he's all right. I'm not in high school anymore,
and nobody knows me anymore.
No.
So I only can rely on myself.
My only negative is MJ, because they ended No Way Home. Ned and MJ forgot about Peter Parker.
Can I say something about that though?
Okay.
I have two thoughts about that.
Okay.
Number one, I think it makes for a pretty funny and good storyline, though, where I assume Sadie Sink's character is Jean Grey. They have not officially revealed that yet, but I'm assuming she is the antagonist of this movie. Mind jumping from person to person. I think it's awesome that she knows, because she can read Peter's mind, she knows that Peter loves MJ.
Yeah.
And there's that MJ doesn't know Peter. So Spider-Man just shows up at her window and goes, "You're in trouble, come with me." And, she doesn't know what the freak's going on, but she's in danger because he loves her, but she doesn't know that.
Yeah.
I think that can make for a pretty good story.
Now where it showing pictures of Spider-Man.
I think that is Jean Grey controlling Ned.
Okay. I still hope Ned is Hobgoblin. I want Hobgoblin. I think Ned, because in No Way Home, like, I'm your best friend. I'm not gonna be a bad guy. I'm not gonna turn it. I think that would be a great plot twist.
So can I tell you what I think's happening?
What?
And we're giving predictions out. Some are wrong, some are right.
Yeah.
I think Jean Grey as the antagonist of this movie, and I think she's going to come to be a good guy by the end of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
But I think as the antagonist of this movie, I think she is trying to get to Spider-Man.
Mm.
So, we see in the trailer,
Yeah.
she finds out that he loves MJ.
Yeah.
She's going after MJ.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is mind controlling Ned into the trying to figure out who Spider-Man is. I think by the end of the movie, Peter saves MJ.
Mm-hmm.
MJ remembers Peter again somehow. Like maybe maybe Jean Grey turns back into a good guy,
Mm-hmm.
and she uses her mind powers to make MJ remember him.
Yeah.
So I think by the end of the movie, maybe MJ starts remembering him again.
Mm-hmm.
And Ned has been trying to find the identity of Spider-Man, and he finally finds out, and that like clicks something in his brain of a memory of he used to be best friends with Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
And he finds out that he's gone back to MJ, but he hasn't gone back to Ned as his best friend.
So he can...
And that sets Ned up as a villain in a future movie.
I think that'd be great, because we saw Harry Osborn with Tobey Maguire turn into Green Goblin because of his dad.
I think this is a bold prediction I have. Jean Grey as the bad guy is manipulating Ned, trying to get Ned to figure out who Peter is.
Mm-hmm.
I think by the end of the movie, MJ goes back to Peter.
Yeah.
Peter doesn't go back to Ned.
Mm-hmm.
Ned finds out,
Mm-hmm.
and then he becomes a bad guy because of that. Almost like a spite of, you went back to her, but you didn't come back for me.
Yeah.
Like type thing.
Yes, and it's always the best friend, because you saw with Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man, Harry Osborn turned into a weird,
we don't talk about
Green Goblin. But they haven't done Norman Osborn, the Osborns in Tom's universe.
Yeah. Ned is that person.
That is the only angle that you could go basically down that route. And so I like him evolving into something more.
One more bold prediction for the movie. And this is an angle I haven't seen on the internet yet. Maybe it'll grow traction. Maybe it is, and I just haven't seen it. A lot of people have been theorizing that Peter dies to Hulk at the end of the movie, and that an end credit scene or something, it's him rising out of the grave in the symbiote suit.
Yeah.
I have a theory that goes with that, but is a little different than that.
Okay.
I think Peter has the symbiote the whole movie. You see his eyes turn black in part of the trailer. Maybe the evolving is because of the symbiote.
Yeah.
And the symbiote trying to find Host and Peter.
Yeah.
And if you've seen the Venom movies, the Host can reject it sometimes. So maybe the evolving is like the symbiote trying to clinch Host to Peter. And maybe Peter does die at the end of the movie, and that's when the symbiote has fully attached to him, and then we see him come back to life with the symbiote suit. So I think he's had the symbiote the whole movie based off what I've seen in the trailer. That's my bold prediction. I haven't seen anybody say that yet. That's what I'm going to go out and put. Today, on June 18th of 2026, I am predicting that. If I am right, come back here on July 31st, and I was the first person to tell you so.
At 4:53 p.m. I think, I agree. I mean, you saw his black eyes, but I do love it back to the angle with him evolving and then being like Tobey Maguire and having no web shooters. Yeah. I think I love the science of Peter Parker.
You know that Marvel manipulates people with their trailers. Yeah. And so I think they very well could be, like the very first rumors of this movie back a year ago was Man-Spider. Oh. He's evolving and he's going to be Man-Spider. Yeah. I'm thinking maybe that's what Sony wants us to think. Mm-hmm. And they're hiding Venom in plain sight. Yeah. That's what I think.
Because it was supposed to be Tom Hardy with Venom into Tom Holland's universe, but they cut that.
They cut ties with that.
Yeah. They've cut that, and so I think this is
I think that's a very feasible theory.
Yes, so. I like it. I think it will be good. I love seeing Scorpion. We haven't seen him since Homecoming, and he wasn't even in Homecoming as much. So I think having Scorpion in there is a good major play. I mean, I think people said that they've seen some smaller villains like I think Camouflage or
it's gonna
Chameleon.
be Scorpion, Boomerang, Tarantula. There's several smaller villains, but yeah.
But I think this can be at least in my opinion, a top 10, maybe top 5 MCU movie.
Oh, I think so too, and I think it's easily going to be a top 3 Spider-Man movie based off what I've seen so far.
I don't know. I might have to change my list and take Tasm out of there.
All right. Well, that is all we have today for the podcast. Thanks so much for sticking up with us, guys.
Yeah,
I know it was a little bit longer of an episode today. We're going to try to keep them around an hour. This was probably around 2 hours by the time I'm done editing it.
Yeah.
But next week, just to keep you on the fence, we are going to do our MCU rankings. So that's going to be the whole episode. We're not going to have anything else planned because there are so many MCU movies, and that's probably going to take an hour in and of itself. Yeah. So next week, the podcast is going to be our MCU rankings. I will say, though, I am seeing Toy Story 5 as of the day of recording. I'm seeing it on Saturday. So that would have been, when you guys see this Monday, I would have already seen it. But I am seeing Toy Story 5 this week. And so next podcast episode, I will also give you my non-spoiler thoughts on that movie as well.
Yeah, I have not seen it, nor see it, nor will wait until it's on DVD. So
I will give you my non-spoiler thoughts on that. We will do our MCU rankings, and we will probably do one blind tier ranking list.
Yeah.
But that's going to be next week's episode, so be sure to come back. If you enjoy, leave a like, leave a subscribe. If you're on Spotify listening to us right now, go ahead and go back to our YouTube channel. It is the Chaos Bros Pod. We also do some gaming content on the YouTube channel, so if you're interested in that, tune into that. If not, just follow us on Spotify, listen to us. We appreciate you. But that is all for today. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great week, and we'll see you next week.